We are unmuted now.
Hmm.
So, while we wait for people to just file in real quick, I will say, I was at Target today because, despite best efforts to not go out, needed some things, including a weighted blanket that was just not, that's not viable to be shipped in the same way that a lot of other things are. So, went to Target, fucking found the Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch just on a shelf. The thing that's like sold out everywhere. That and Mario Kart Live, which also sold out everywhere. Just a very weird occurrence.
Oh, they must have like just gotten a friggin' shipment.
Or something. Or people haven't been digging through there. I don't know. Every
Like
single Pokemon card in every store in Madison has apparently been sold out. Someone just went around a few days ago, I'm guessing, just buying up every single Pokemon card pack. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening here in Madison.
The thing is, like, there's stock alert. I mean, sometimes you got to go out. So I've been to Target 4 times since March, which is ridiculous because it used to be like I went to Target on Sunday
Mm-hmm.
and Tuesday and Friday.
Yes.
Because I live. Eh. Um, but my understanding is that those kinds of items, they get put on the shelves, and then people with stock alerts just show up and grab them.
Mm-hmm.
So like they must have just gone out.
Yeah, I don't know. I grabbed the Mario Kart, did not grab the Game & Watch because I have, frankly, absolutely no need to spend $50 on a device that's too small for my hands to play Super Mario Brothers on. I have plenty of devices on which I can play Super Mario Brothers at this point. But yeah,
It was brave of Nintendo to finally re-release that game.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't worry, they put Mario the Juggler on it as well.
As a top 10 game.
Yes. All right. We are
So,
Yep.
I was gonna say, so we're live.
Yes, we're live.
Okay. So the GX in the NWR Discord today linked me to. I've already showed it to you. The game
Yes.
tapes from 2017.
Yep.
Where they were going through old Nintendo game tapes.
See, that's why I had the German association in my head. Like, wasn't this made for Germany or something?
Yeah. So they had the Beauty and the Beast board game in the Nintendo B-roll, which
Yep.
is insane. Like they would never do that now. But that game's not going in their B-roll. They're slightly more protective of even in like 2000s, like the early 2000s, that game would have not made the B-roll. But it's there for like a
2
solid
minutes?
minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's everything I expected.
Single player board game with some weird shitty mini games. Yep.
Woo!
One thing I learned today real quick before we do get started is that the Japanese name for Bowser's Fury is Fury World. And Nintendo of America and Europe, you are a coward for not just keeping the Fury Road reference. You are a coward for calling it Bowser's Fury.
That trailer was more involved than I expected it to be. I'll be honest.
But
like,
do you know what the game is still?
no,
Exactly.
no.
I
I didn't say the trailer gave me useful information. It was just more involved than I expected it to be.
like, when they announced last night that they were going to show a Bowser's Fury trailer, I turned to my fiance Charlie and I said, this game is out 1 month from tomorrow, today, exactly 1 month, February 12th, and they still haven't said what the new shit is. And then I watched the trailer and Charlie came to me and was like, so do you know what the new shit is? And I'm like, fucking no. I have a guess. It sure looks like an Odyssey style open world, small by Odyssey standards, but like one big open area that you are moving around with 3D world controls. But I can't say that with confidence. The press release didn't say jack shit either. press release spent more time talking about the red and blue Nintendo Switch that was coming out alongside it.
As you do.
Yeah, I don't know. One other thing.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say one other thing before we get started. I had the opportunity to use Amazon Luna this week, and the shape and size of the face buttons as well as the D-pad bring Ouya to mind on its controller. For people who don't know, Amazon Luna is their upcoming game streaming competitor to like Stadia. It has it's not out. It won't. They haven't said when it's going to be out. It's in like apply now and get into the beta type phase. And I got in, and when you're in, you're allowed to buy the controller, which is going to retail for $70, but right now it's $50. And I got the controller. Yeah, I don't know about it. It does work with like basically every controller, so you do not need the controller. But the controller reduces latency because it does the thing that the Stadia controller does and it connects directly to the server.
Is that why it's so pricey?
Sure.
Okay.
My guess is that it's so pricey because Amazon hasn't made game controllers before. Well,
that too.
That's just my guess. But yeah, it's their lineup of games. This thing isn't even out, and they've got basically every Way Forward game, Super Mega Baseball 3, a bunch of like Cold Steel 3, Ys 8. They've got almost every recent Ubisoft game, if not every recent Ubisoft game, but that's in its own subscription.
Right.
It's got a lot of stuff. It's very interesting.
There's really no excuse. Like they have tremendous market power.
Yes.
And it's not that Google doesn't have tremendous market power. Like, do not underestimate the power of Alphabet. But their market power is not concentrated in this space where Amazon's very much is.
There are other factors that I'm not sure if they've been publicly disclosed or not. That as to why there might be more games on Luna than Stadia, or more recent games rather. I think Stadia, just by virtue of having been out for year and a half, 2 years now, probably has the bigger library.
I would hope it would.
But the fact that I don't know that,
right,
is worrisome. Like EA stuff is not on Luna. EA stuff is on Stadia, for the most part. I haven't actually checked Stadia recently.
I wouldn't be surprised though if that's just a matter of timing.
Yes.
Because is EA stuff on xCloud?
That's a good question. It might be some of it, but not all.
Because I mean, EA is part of Game Pass now.
EA is part of Game Pass. I don't have an Android phone, so I need
to try. So this actually gets to a question I was going to ask about, because you mentioned the controller, which I looked at and was not super impressed by.
It's an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
I don't think does it have analog triggers? It doesn't feel like it has analog triggers. It might.
It looks like an Xbox controller with a hint of the Switch Pro controller in it.
Yep.
So I have been trying to figure out how I'm going to get through like things like the Trails games.
Yes.
Because I don't want to sit at my laptop and play it. I program. Well, allegedly, I haven't programmed in a long time.
You program manage, yes.
I talk about programming on a powerful computer, 10, 8, depending on the day, hours a day. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I just never bought a computer for my house. I just, I don't want to fucking deal with it. I've got a laptop I use to record the podcast and browse the internet. I had it in Japan, so it's at least 4 years old. It might be older. Mm-hmm. And it still does its job. And it could play a lot of these. It could play the Trails games, like whatever. It can handle that. Um, but so I was wondering, like, how does the Steam streaming to your phone work in terms of like how good is it?
It's pretty good. Um,
But go ahead.
I would also say that PS4 to phone has gotten pretty good.
Okay, because it wasn't great. It wasn't great the first time I used it.
It wasn't great. I would not use it for, say, a shooter, but for anything that is like text heavy, or where like frame perfect timing isn't, like, you're never gonna want to play a shooter.
Got it.
From running on your PS4 Pro over your phone, but like you can get I think you can use an Xbox controller on your phone with PS4 Remote Play, and
You can.
there are $10 high quality like phone clips that you can clip, like you can hold your controller and then have your phone up like a second screen, like kind of like a DS clamshell perspective.
Yep.
And
Yep.
you can probably just like sit on a couch like that and play through some of these longer games.
So that was kind of where my head was at, but I actually wanted to look at the Razer Kishi. I don't know if you've ever actually had a chance to use it.
I have not used it.
Okay. Like, I like the Switch form factor, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And that's smaller, obviously, because my phone screen's not as big as a Switch.
Yes. One other thing that you can try is, not every game's on it, obviously, but PS Now.
Yep.
Similar to xCloud technology.
Yep. And so the reason it popped into my head is, the Xbox has the streaming built in, and I've got the Xbox app on my phone, and it works pretty well. I was able to do a little bit of Yakuza on it.
Yep.
Um,
I would say that PlayStation local and Xbox local streaming are equivalent.
okay.
So on the same network conditions, that is, to be clear.
Right. So they're both hardwired into my router, which is a Wi-Fi 6 router. So it's
Oh yeah,
it's
you'll
got,
be fine.
My phone's not Wi-Fi 6, but that's going to get replaced in the near-ish future. Yeah, so it's like but the laptop is, because I've got a little USB dongle because I fucking bought a Wi-Fi 6 router, and damn it, I'm going to get something out of it.
Yes, I had to get a Wi-Fi 6 router for other reasons.
Yeah, it's got beef.
Yes.
But so yeah, I was curious if you'd use that thing before I dropped a bunch of money on it.
I have not.
It's interesting. There's a lot of knockoffs on Amazon, so we were actually having fun in the Discord today when I was at lunch, just sort of like going through the knockoffs that have percolated around the Amazon space. They're amazing. What worries me is that I see a lot. So the Android Kishi is $79.
Uh-huh.
The Apple one is $99, presumably because you have to pay for that Apple license.
Pretty much.
And then the Microsoft Xbox themed one, which is just the Android one with Microsoft's button treatment on it, is $99. But you get a $15 Game Pass Ultimate Pass, but I already have that, so no thanks. But I was like, the problem is I see a bunch of them on eBay for like $40 new, or like lightly used, and I'm like, oh, that might actually be a bad sign.
That might be a red flag.
Yeah,
I would do a little research into that. I would say that for what you're looking at and what you're thinking of, I would really mess around. I would probably mess around with like Steam and PlayStation Remote Play to your phone, just with games you already have.
Yeah.
Don't buy Trails on every single platform to be like, which one is the one that is going to work best on. But
Right.
like games that are equivalent, and just like experiment around with like what distance to you, like, does the phone need to be close to you to be able to read text from that resolution? Like, mess around with that for your specific use cases, and do that before you put down money. That's my recommendation.
Okay, I could try that. we I because I could certainly play, do a lot of that stuff on the laptop. I mean, the laptop screen's obviously bigger than the phone screen,
Yeah.
but there is something about like, oh, I've got something going. I've got like background noise going on the laptop while I hold the controller.
Yep. Totally.
And
I get you.
yeah, I'm playing with a lot of ideas over here just to try stuff out because at some point I've got remote play on the Xbox, which is great. It works really well. I've got Game Pass. I've got Game Pass Ultimate, which means I have XCloud.
Yes.
Which I've not even poked at.
Lucky you. I'm waiting for the Windows version to be able to mess around with the technology on that.
The one thing I'm curious about is I've got this old Xbox One S. Is there anything I can do with it, or is it basically just dead to me?
There's nothing that you can do right now with it that you can't also do on the Series X. You can... I mean, like, you could put it in another room, and, like, especially for, like if you had a situation with Yakuza as an example, where, like, there was a use case to have it in two different rooms and two different TVs simultaneously. Like, you can bounce back and forth your save file back and forth between the two systems seamlessly with Smart Delivery.
Yeah, but I was using the disc, so it had to move the disc every time.
Oh yeah, then never mind. Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering if they did something as completely asinine as letting you do remote play from one Xbox to the other.
They've talked about theoretically, but that's not implemented right now.
That would be like some next level. Okay, we've really decided to get wild with things.
Yes.
Because then I could say, like, set it up in my bedroom. Well, I wouldn't want it in the bedroom. That's going to send bad messages. Set it up in my gym, which I guess that also sends bad messages, but less bad.
Yes.
And it's like, well, look, I'm on the elliptical. I need something to do. Versus, oh, God, what's become of my life? So yeah, well, I'll hold on to it because it's not like I'm going to get any money for it.
Yep.
So it's just hanging out right now. We'll get started, I guess. Our favorite name for the knockoff. Oh God, there's more. Game Vice controller.
Jesus.
The Game Sir X2 was the best one, I think.
God, I hate
all one word.
Yeah, some of these controllers are frustrating. Yeah, I've messed around with a few different weird MFI phones or MFI controllers.
Yeah.
And there's some real inconsistency in quality.
Yeah, that's my concern. Like, at least I felt confident that the Razer product will be of a minimum quality.
Yes, there will be some minimum quality with that. My strong recommendation where you can hack it is just to use Xbox and PlayStation controllers. Because, like, even if you don't like the PS4 controller, like, it is thoughtfully engineered. Even if you think that they went for the wrong things.
Right.
Like, there is some level of care put in there.
Yeah, and it's not like I don't have a litany of Xbox controllers.
Exactly. There is some...
3 of them.
Yes, there is... Having worked on arcade titles and messed around with some MFI controllers, basically the thing I have to say about those is that in terms of the various price tiers, you get what you pay for. If you're buying a $20 controller, you pretty much know how that thing is going to feel before you take it out of the box.
Right. And that's why I would want to spend at least some money on it.
Yeah.
But, like, dang, some of these are trash.
Yes. All right. To quickly recap last stream, we did 2002 to 2009.
We did.
It was an hour longer than the stream where we did 1980 to 2001.
Yeah, we're not doing that again because it is a weekday today.
For 2002, there were only 15 games, but it got a 7.13. As a reminder, the more games, just the way the math works out, the more games, less likely it is to be high rated. That said, 2003.
Mean, median, and mode, y'all.
Yes. That said, 2003, a year that had a 1 out of 10 with Pokemon Channel, did get a 7.24. 2004.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, 2004 got a 5.5 exactly because of the fucking classic NES games. 2005 got a 7.08, despite getting multiple 10s. 2006 got a 6.8. 2007 got a 6.3. 2008 got a 6.2. We're going on a trend. 2009, 4.75 with the introduction of DSiWare.
Yikes.
What were you going to say?
Apparently the Banjo-Kazooie amiibo went live on Amazon.
Oh, yeah, that's...
And now it's gone.
Yes. I managed to get the Byleth, Banjo, and Terry amiibo on Best Buy when that first went up a couple months ago.
I'm glad I don't have that itch.
Yes.
Because A, I would have already spent thousands of dollars on amiibo. But B, like, the stress of missing one would be just crushing.
I'm surprised you're not itching to get a Terry one. They don't make Terry merch.
Yeah. I've thought about it. I've thought about it a lot.
Oh, yep, there we go.
But it's, you know, I've only got 3 amiibo, and they were ones that I wanted.
Okay.
And so it's been okay. So it's like the hit never came.
That's fair.
Terry. So like, if I got a chance to get my hand on Terry, I probably would,
Like
but I probably wouldn't go hunt for it.
If you were at Target and they had one there, you would just put it in the cart.
Right. And the thing is with Terry, I don't know how many Terrys they're gonna make.
Exactly. That's probably, of the 5, that probably gets the least.
But I don't know how many people are gonna give a shit.
That's fair.
Because I mean, there are amiibo that just sit on the shelf.
My Target has a lot of Daruk.
Nice.
People did not want Daruk, apparently.
Those amiibo looked really good too.
They do.
Like
there was a price increase of amiibo from $13 to $16 a couple years ago, and the quality shot up. Even like the Smash ones now are 16. 16 became the standard price for amiibo.
Yeah, I mean this Banjo-Kazooie one looks really good.
Yep. Joker looks incredible. Hero looks like ass, which is really funny because they came out the same day. But like, you can't add too many details to Hero. It's specifically the face that just looks so
right. I mean, it's
low quality.
What's his
on
name?
The figure. Kensu yes, I know.
I can't believe neither of us can think of his name.
I was just gonna say Kensugi.
Toriyama face.
Yes, but like all the detail went to the shield because they wanted to put detail somewhere on the fucking figure.
Help! We need to put detail on this amiibo.
All right. Yes.
Banjo-Kazooie amiibo is currently listed as the #1 seller in Wii U accessories, which is irony on top of irony on top of irony.
They never did release Banjo-Kazooie on the Wii U Virtual Console like it seemed like they might for a hot minute.
And that amiibo wouldn't work on any Wii U game anyway.
It would work on any amiibo-based game that just said tap any amiibo.
Okay.
It would meet the check for is amiibo even on Wii U and 3DS games, but there's no game that would be able to recognize that amiibo figure specifically, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yep. No, it does.
Okay. Let's go through 2010.
Okay.
Wii games. Endless Ocean Blue World.
This is the sequel.
This is the sequel. People like this a little more. Yep.
Oh yeah. This is the one where I can't remember the guy's name. He's got two letters for his name, but his entire wetsuit is just fire and he's really annoying.
Hell yeah.
7. This game is legitimately fun, and its plot is very, very nuts. Like, it's way out there. It's way out there.
Hell yeah. Super Mario Galaxy 2.
9.
Okay.
I actually reviewed this game,
yes,
so I can just give it the score I gave it. Actually, I give it a 9.5, but
yes. I revisited it. It's really weird in retrospect.
Oh yeah, it was really weird at the time. I mean,
yes.
As I've said, I played that game front to back in 40 clock hours.
Yes, that was a 3-sitting game for me through to Champions Road.
The 12-hour session I did so I could write the review was a nightmare.
Oh, I bet. Sin and Punishment Star Successor.
I never really jived with this game, but I know a lot of people like it, so I'd say either a 6 or a 7.
Okay, we'll go for a 6 because that's closer to your feelings.
Okay.
Metroid Other M. Woo! The game that the first Nintendo game in years, especially for Wii, that I legitimately saw in retailers new for $15 within 2 months.
I have never touched Metroid Other M.
Wow.
Never have. Never felt the urge.
It's a weird one, dude. It's weird.
I was at an E3 where it was on display.
That would have been It'd
have been this one.
Yeah, it would have been this one, because that would have been like in August. Because it was announced 2009 with the teaser video. Mm-hmm.
So there was a section of their booth at the end. So at the end cap of the booth, it was just one unit. A single unit demoing this game. And so it had a really, really outrageous line, because it was the only...
Yep.
Nintendo very rarely puts a game in their booth and is like, it gets one kiosk.
If it does, it's like Monado at the End of the World or Line Attack Heroes.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Monado had one kiosk, and it was a video trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Xenoblade X had one kiosk, and it was a video trailer. There's a trend line there. I can't remember what game it was that had, but basically, if it's something that would not, it's not a Metroid.
Yes.
Like, there's not going to be a Zelda game. Well, actually, no. I'm lying to you. The first time they demoed Mario Maker, which would have been...
Oh, yes, but that was like a prototype weird thing.
Yeah, but that game didn't have a PR person with it. That game had...
The developers.
Right, because they would stop it if you made a level they liked and go into some admin mode and save it off. And it saved off, like, the entire process of you making the level or something. Like, it was exhaustive. But yeah, I mean, it's very rare. So like that, I never played it. That was my only chance to play it. I mean, I don't much cotton for the Metroid, and this certainly didn't sound like the one to dive in on.
I'm gonna give it a 3 and move on in terms of public reception.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. I think based on retrospect, public reaction was probably harsher than the game merited, but it's fine.
I just can't stop. Whenever I think about this game, the only 2 things that come to mind, and I like this game more than a lot of people did, the 2 things that keep coming to mind are, 1, all of the fucking, suddenly it's first person and there's a pixel hunt on a 480 blurry image.
Yeah.
With motion controls.
With the pointer.
Yes. And, except the pointer somehow felt worse than usual. And then, second... the fucking scene where Samus is in a lava room, heating to death, begging her commander to let her use the fire-resistant suit that she already has but does not have permission to use. Because the way that the power... like, you gain abilities in Metroid Other M is not you get them, it's you get permission from your commanding officer to use them. Which is also your ex.
Oh, good.
That game is fucking weird. So you're literally, like, she's, like, screaming and burning and has to wait for his permission to save her own life. It's fucking weird. Anyways. Wii Party.
This is a Mario Party game, but, like, worse, right?
It's a Mario Party game that only has one board because most of the stuff that it does is, like, physical gameplay using the Wii remotes that isn't a board game on the TV. It's like, go hide the Wii remotes and then play hide and seek in real life, like that's one of the modes. I won't say it's worse. It's different enough. We Party You, people actually genuinely like. We Party,
Okay.
people were kind of iffy on.
Okay. So then I'm willing to give it a 5.
Okay.
Back it out of the tailspin the series is on and it's scoring here.
Kirby's Epic Yarn.
I actually didn't play this game in the moment. I played it at E3.
It's cute. There's not
cute.
there's not too much else that you like if you've gone hands on with it, like
Yeah.
like the levels are good, but you got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I knew what I was getting into after I played, and that was it. That was why I didn't buy it. Like it's like, okay, I know what this game is. It's fine. It's not what I want. But if we're talking about reception, I would say it's got to be an 8.
Okay, I was about to say we could give it NWR score.
I'm curious what it was.
10.
Of course it was.
That was one of Neil's 10s.
Okay.
Was that his first one after Punch Out the year before? I think so.
Okay. So a second one.
All
One day
right.
I'm gonna give a 10. I'm gonna give a 10 to a game that nobody understands why I gave it to, and I'm just gonna go like, no, I love this game. Fuck off.
Ace of Seafood 2. Excuse me, Fight Crab.
Ace of Seafood is one of the hardest games I've had to review, and I reviewed a game about the end of the world during a pandemic.
Yes.
Like my bar is way high.
Poke Park Wii Pikachu's Adventure. Speaking of hard to rate games.
Oh, okay. This is
Games that are not for us.
This is a game that is intensely for one person I know, and if
And
I
did
was
she-
to ask her, it would
she
be a
like it?
9.
Okay.
But I would not do that
So
because that
6.
is nonsense. I don't know.
I don't
I don't
know.
have
I don't even know how this
don't have-
game was received.
Well, let's go take a look at how it was received. If I can type. If I can type, fingers. Thank you. Da, 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 da. Metacritic, 62%.
So 6.
Yeah. Nintendo World Report gave it an 8.
Hell yeah.
Did she review it? I'm not sure she didn't review it.
She
Is
might
that-
have.
No, Zach reviewed it of all people.
Oh. Did he review half of it?
Oh.
Sorry.
We don't share the whole story publicly.
I didn't share the whole story publicly. Anyway.
No nunchuck support. What? It really didn't support the nunchuck?
Sure. Why not?
Uh,
Metroid Other M didn't either. Nintendo was trying to, like, the next game didn't either. I don't think
boy.
Kirby's Epic Yarn did either. Like, they were really trying to move away from the nunchuck by this point. Because they saw it as a barrier to entry.
I'm reading the plot description.
Oh, yeah, it's dumb.
It's very dumb.
Alright, next game. Wii Motion Plus time. Fling Smash.
Oh. God. So
Pro.
Fling Smash.
It
Fling
came with a
Smash.
controller.
Yep, that's why I own a copy of it. I bought it for less than the price of Wii Motion Plus.
Con. Fling Smash.
Fling Smash decreased the value of the controller I was buying.
To be fair, Wii Play did the same thing.
It did. But think about that. This is a game so poorly received.
Was this
That it-
Artoon or Zest?
This is Artoon.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is Artoon. This is a game so bad or so received so poorly.
It was received so poorly. It is not that bad.
Yeah. That it caused the controller that everyone needed to buy at this point because Nintendo had done a mid-system refresh of its controller to be less valuable than the controller on its own. As if it had been tainted. It was amazing. I'm going to say a 4.
Yeah.
Let's look at Metacritic.
Fling Smash is mediocre. It is not terrible.
Metacritic is 4.8.
That checks out.
NWR gave it a 5.
Real quick, Metroid Other M being a 3 was based on its reception.
Right. I don't think that's. I don't. Nothing I've read about that game makes me think it's less than a 6. But that was hard for that franchise. Let's put it
Yes,
that way.
Metroid Other M is not. I would not review it a 3 out of 10. I would rate its reception a 3 out of 10. There's another Metroid game coming up that I would give probably an 8 or a 9, and the public would have given a 1 or a 2. See if you could figure out which one that is.
Oof. Well, that was reception versus reviews, though. It didn't review as bad as the reception.
It did not review poorly. Federation Force reviewed pretty well because it's a good game. And when you take the public reception out of it and completely divorce the conversations, it's real good.
Yeah.
And
no, as we said, Fling Smash is not that bad. It just literally, it was the whole controller thing made it worse. Like, because then the game became the punchline
instead of just being forgettable.
Right. It gained a meme that it couldn't shake.
Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii.
Oh, this game was reviewed resplendently.
This game is very good.
Yeah, it is. I think this game has weirdly gained in prestige.
I think that when Tropical Freeze, I think when it came out, people were like, "Oh, so it's not another Metroid game." Okay, retro. Can you do a 2D platformer? And then by the time Tropical Freeze came out, everyone was just speaking like reflecting on Returns, being like, "Holy shit, they knocked it out of the park with Returns. I can't wait for Tropical Freeze." And then everyone loved Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, like I think at the time people looked at it like, oh, that's like a solid B title in Nintendo's lineup, but then it sold like
10 million.
Some completely nonsensical number. 9?
Sure.
It's really good. It's really good.
It really is.
Let's see what Metacritic is. 8.7. That sounds all right.
All right. Well, Cherry Goblin Retro makes games. They just haven't released one in a while.
Yeah, they've made many games, I suspect.
Yes, they don't just go to work and just eat meals and then go home. They go to the office to work and make games, or now they stay at home and make games. But
they go to the office and make brisket and go home.
Yes. All right, ROM on a disc.
Oh God, which one?
Super Mario All-Stars 25th Anniversary Edition.
Because this happens twice.
So, Kirby's a little different.
It is, but they
put a lot more work into Kirby. They developed original content for the Kirby one.
Yeah, but it's still like, y'all are doing this again, huh? All right.
Here's what I'll say. The All-Stars Anniversary Edition gave me my favorite Onion review, AV Club review, for a game ever. Which just ends with, like, happy fucking anniversary, Mario. It's like, they didn't even translate the fucking book, and one of the 10 tracks on the CD is coin, which is the coin sound effect, followed by 3 seconds of silence.
Oh, yeah. So, somebody posted the disc in the NWR Discord once, but track by track. And they got to coin, and people were like, because I think coin is the first sound effect that shows up. People are like, "What the fuck?"
Yes.
Like, oh, this is track 8, coin.
And it's just coin, 3 seconds of silence. That's the audio file. They didn't even fucking make it a clean. Anyways, this disc was received very poorly and sold very well.
So I just looked it up out of curiosity how well it was received, and I was surprised.
Mm-hmm.
It was received as a 70. I'm legitimately shocked. So this goes back to our previous conversation though about the games on it are kind of amazing. So like there's a floor on how bad this can be.
They were amazing when this exact ROM Untouched was released a decade and a half prior, more than a decade and a half prior.
Yeah, I know, but the economic component of the review is tough. Like, because at NWR we don't factor that in. At least we try not to.
It's really hard not to on this one. It's really hard not to.
Yeah, no. In this case, this is an extreme case where it's like, yeah, but why?
The four Mario games, if you not the Super Nintendo version, but if you got the original four on Wii Virtual Console at the time, that's $21. This was $50.
But I don't know that the Lost Level stuff was there, was it?
Lost Levels was $6 on the Virtual Console
Oh, there we go.
as an import game. That's why it's $21. And then any random Super Nintendo game is $8 to $10 on the Wii, or was $8 to $10 on the Wii Shop. $50 for this Super Nintendo game that is a collection of it is a remake, granted, of 4 NES games that you could buy for way the fuck cheaper on the Wii Shop channel. They didn't even change the button textures in the ROM to reference what your actual controls would be on the Wii controller. They show a Super Nintendo controller icon. There was no Super Nintendo controller.
Yeah, as you do.
Except for in Japan through Club Nintendo.
As you do.
Anyways,
Yeah,
in
look,
terms of effort, 1.
Yeah,
But that's not what we're rating it on. I know, but a 1 for effort.
I would say 6.
Sure. 6.
Like if you gave me this disc and said this is yours, I would have been very excited. Because there would have been a lot of fun things on that disc. I would have had fun times playing. If you told me, here is the disc, please insert, what was it, 40?
50.
Please insert $50, I would have looked at them and gone like, nah, y'all. Peace out. I get the book. I get the book. Like the book is nice.
They
Like,
didn't translate any of it.
Yeah, that's an issue.
It's all the original development documents untranslated.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what you need. It wouldn't be the original if it was translated, now would it?
They had room for footnotes. Instead, it was just like quotes from Miyamoto saying, like, I remember when we designed this level, it was a good one.
Well, maybe it was a good level.
Like, fuck out of here, Nintendo.
Who are you to judge whether or not it was a good level?
Truly, it was a 1 out of 10 for effort.
It was a 10 out of 10 for that level, though. And look, how else are you going to get the raw coin sound?
Google.
That's not from the source.
2010. You can disassemble the ROM. It's fine.
Somebody in Kyoto spent a day and a half trying to piece together audio for that CD, and then realized that Super Mario Brothers only has like 7 songs, and went, "Oh shit!"
No, it was one song from like 5 different games. Like, there's a Galaxy track on there for some fucking reason.
Oh god.
But like only 1 per game. It's
What do we do?
It's such a bad collection. And then the best part is, years later, like halfway through the Wii U generation, they re-released it as a fucking Nintendo Selects title.
I remember that. I remember seeing it Nintendo Selects on the shelf at Best Buy and went like, this is dark. This is some dark shit I'm looking at right now. This is
put the ROM on a disc out a second time.
I'm pretty sure I talked about it during the episode. Like I think I went to Best Buy that day and then like we recorded and I'm like, I need to talk about the fact I saw it's on the shelves.
It's really fucking dark. Anyways, we need to move on. But yes, ROM on a disc. Fuck that thing.
This is one of the early memes for RFN for my era.
Samurai Warriors 3.
I played this game at an E3. And I remember Nintendo was publishing it, and they had put Capcom literally 2 booths over. And if you know what Capcom released that year, that was a really fucked up thing to do.
Yes.
Because Capcom's Wii game was Sengoku Basara.
Yep.
Which made this game look like ass as a consequence. I don't know. How was that game? I mean, I would guess it was received as a 6 because it feels like that's the score that all those games received around then.
That's correct.
When did the page turn on
Hyrule Warriors?
Do you think that was it?
I think people actually being motivated to see what those things are, and then realizing like, oh, this might not be for me, but there's actually something here in a more mainstream sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo Power gave this game a 6.
Yikes.
I had my fill of the destruction after an hour or two.
Okay, that's just not liking Musa.
NWR gave it a 4.5.
Jesus. Giving it the same as the All Stars is fine. WarioWare DIY Showcase for WiiWare.
Oh, for WiiWare.
Has its own games.
Yeah, this thing was probably fine.
Yeah.
I don't really remember it.
You could have like pass and play multiplayer on the games that you made, put them on the TV.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember what it is. I just don't actually remember the experience because I didn't really muck with it that much because I was more interested in the DIY.
Yeah, for like an $8 downloadable thing, it was neat.
Yeah,
it was priced correctly.
Like a 7.
Yeah.
Review average was 7.3. There you go.
Grill
but I would say that this is an interesting one because mean median mode.
Yeah.
A bunch of outlets gave it a 70, a 75, an 80, and then you had like 2 outlets just go like 5, 3.
Good. Because there's not it's not a good standalone, I guess.
I don't know. One of them is like Metro Game Central, and it's like, okay.
Grill Off with Ultra Hand. This thing didn't work.
I never had the points to get it.
This thing didn't work for me. It was always just flickering in and out of existence because it couldn't detect my motion controls.
So Grill Off with Ultra Hand has 3 of the 4 reviews it needs in order to get on Metacritic. It's 1 review short.
Perfect. You should solve that, unless NWR reviewed it.
They're one of the 3.
Perfect. What did NWR give it?
70.
Who the fuck?
Switch Brazil gave it a 60. I don't know what their outlet used to be called back then.
Name them.
Wii Brazil. And then Nintendo Life gave it a 50. Pedro.
Okay.
Which means this review probably passed through maybe my hands.
I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
And we'll move on. Not a 44. 4. That'll throw the whole math
keep
off.
in mind, it was a free game.
You did not spend money to purchase it from the Wii Shop channel. That does not necessarily mean it is free.
You traded your opportunity to download a party hat you print out yourself instead.
Excuse me, that's closer to my Nintendo, but yes.
I pirated their PDF for my birthday that I got on January 1st.
How dare you?
Share it with the world.
Art style light tracks. You still didn't do any of the art style stuff, right?
Yeah.
Light tracks was good. I'll give it like a 7. Rotozoa, which is the what is it called in Europe? This is the fucking weird one.
Yeah,
Pentatentacles. Yes. I really did like Rotozoa. I'll give it an 8. All right, Aquaspace for WiiWare.
Aquaspace. Oh.
If you don't know what that is, Google it.
The name is familiar.
Don't confuse it with Through Space, which is the next game.
Right. No. Aquaspace is familiar. I'm just blanking on what it was.
Google image
this
it.
This is the fish tank one, right?
No, this is one of the 20 fish tank ones that came out after Hudson's My Aquarium was the top-selling game for like a year straight.
So this is Payon's fishing one, though.
That Nintendo published because Nintendo wanted more of that sweet aquatic money.
Why did Nintendo give Payon the money to publish their fucking fish tank?
Who knows?
There were already so many fish tanks.
3 for being late to market.
So this game apparently has another title.
Oh boy, what is it called?
Zenquaria.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
So Zenquaria is apparently the Europe name because Nintendo of Europe had completely just decided that whatever.
Yes, who cares?
You can't make us use names that make sense. You can't force us.
All right, Through Space on WiiWare.
Through Space.
Tetris pieces through the walls.
I like this game better as Quetzal Quarters.
There's a Quetzal Quarters and a Through Space sequel on 3DS.
This game was received pretty well.
Yes, it really was. Like, people were like, "Oh,
Like
okay,
like
Nintendo."
7s and 8s, I think.
Yeah.
I'd be fine giving this a 7.
Okay. Snowpack Park for WiiWare.
So this game and I, have had a conversation.
Yep.
And I don't know why. I just know that I just remember. I remember much. We did not review it. In fact, only Nintendo Life reviewed it. And if you don't know why, there was a period where Nintendo Life reviewed fucking everything.
Yep.
Like
They were really proud of it.
It was remarkable. This is a skip game. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the penguin one, right?
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of penguins flopping around on ice.
Oh, GX has also not seen this game. Yeah, Snowpack Park. It's fucking weird.
I'm looking for a video right now. I'm going off my memory at the moment. Here we go. Here's a 22-minute video.
Nintendo published this, and people in the chat have never heard of it. We're about to get to the point when, like, the Wii U comes out, and that, like, people haven't heard of this Nintendo published game goes away.
Right.
Because Nintendo also gets better at messaging their smaller games.
Related video, Frobot.
Oh, fuck. That's not a word I expected to hear. We should do one of these where we just rate every single game that ever came out on WiiWare.
I don't think the world has time. Oh my god, the penguins talk in Snowpack Park?
Yes.
Holy shit.
So it sounds like it's a 10.
It's something.
GX, because Nintendo doesn't commission games for Pokemon Company.
I am here now.
Give me a number. Between 1 and 10, an integer.
Help.
Integers.
Help. Dot question mark. I don't. What do you even do in this fucking game?
Play it.
This is one of Don's videos, by the way.
Yes, of course. Speaking of people that did everything.
So you walk up to penguins and you pet them with the pointer?
Uh-huh.
Oh no, it's using the stick to pet them. And then you keep walking.
Cherry Goblin recommends a 7.
When you treat the penguins right, their mood improves. So you talk to this demonic human penguin hybrid who teaches you how to make friends with penguin. There's a video here where somebody has made friends with all the penguins.
I'm proud of them. GX recommends an 8. Cherry Goblin recommends a 7.
7 it is.
Okay.
I'm looking at the mini games now, and it's just completely out of control. What even? Like, this is... I mean, look, Skip makes weird crap. This is what they do. This is... Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace.
This is up there for them in terms of just weird crap.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Rest in peace, Skip. Final WiiWare game for the year. This one was really well received. Fluidity.
Yeah, I didn't like this game, but it was huge on RFN. Like an 8. Well, let me take a look at where we were. I'm seeing like 8.6. As people were like closer to a 9, and now Metacritic's just crashed. So that's
people
cool.
were like, hell yeah, and like a really great Nintendo published WiiWare game that's original.
Yeah.
And then they made Curve made a sequel for 3DS.
They did. We gave it a 9.5. Who gave it a 9.5? Neil.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I knew.
yeah, I mean, the reviews are pretty stellar.
Yeah.
So are they like an 8 or a 9
We'll go
for
9.
Hydro Avenger? Okay.
This game was really, really well received, like in the WiiWare conversation.
Yeah.
Games that people in the chat might not have ever heard of. Glory of Heracles for the DS.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Oh, I have played this. I think I reviewed this. An 8.4
You know why I've heard
localization joint.
You know why I've heard of it?
Did you review it?
Because I definitely reviewed it. On DS. This game came out Metacritic is having some server badness right now. It's easier for me to go to Metacritic to find my own review than it is to go look at the general report.
That sounds like something that you should tell the site.
I have absolutely told the site this before, but right now Metacritic is not cooperating because it is crashing. That's bad. I'm gonna go back to the site.
Rest in peace, Red Ventures.
I broke the website by searching for Gloria Heracles. Like, nobody's done this in years.
Hell yeah.
We must be under a DDoS attack. I gave this game a 7. That seems right.
That seems right. I think that's what I gave it.
It's
decent.
It is,
but not remarkable.
JRPG.png.
It is not remarkable.
It is. Johnny made a comment in there that for the sake of accuracy, Heracles isn't immortal, but as I point out in the game, he very much is. Right. All 7 of them. Because that's the whole premise. Everyone's Heracles.
Yes. I'm going to give it a 7.
I kind of want... Also Payon.
Yes.
I kind of want to go back and see it. Because, like, this is one of those weird games where, like, it's stuck in the back of my brain. Probably because I spent a bunch of time on it. It's a long game.
Yes, it is. 11 years ago.
But it's like... There's nothing... I don't remember anything about it. Like, anything that's, like, important about it.
There's not much there.
Like, it's like it... I don't think it did anything special.
It filled a hole in a release calendar while people waited for Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which are our next games.
Fair enough. There is the ether system. Okay, I call that out in the review. Where there's, as opposed to having just MP, there's MP for each elemental, and the area you're fighting in may contribute more of one type or another.
How do you know about how Heart Gold and Soul Silver were received?
I don't, actually. I remember I was excited to play them, and then I didn't. So that might be a hint.
Very well received at the time. Beloved in retrospect. Especially since the games that immediately followed it on the DS were divisive.
Gotcha.
And Heart Gold Soul Silver was a really good refinement on what they had set out to do with Diamond and Pearl.
And it came with the thing, right?
It came with the pedometer.
Yeah.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the most forged DS cartridges.
I can believe it.
Good luck buying any of them on the second-hand market.
If you're gonna forge something that sells.
Yes, and that sells for a lot.
I guess if you wanted to buy one of those for real.
Oh, you're spending 3 digits.
Really?
Just for the cartridge. That's what even PokePal's putting it out in the chat. Especially if you want a guaranteed legitimate copy. You are spending a lot of fucking money. They did not print as many as...
Is it just because...
It came with the pedometer. There aren't that many. By Pokemon standards. To be clear, by Pokemon standards. They had millions and millions and millions in the US alone. But, by Pokemon standards...
That's wild. That's wild.
It is the most expensive Pokemon game by far.
I'm gonna say a 9.
Yes, I would. I would say you are losing your mind if you give it below a 9, based on how it was
This time
received.
last year they were at 60, and now they're at 100.
That-
Wow.
Not a surprise. Not a
I
surprise.
wonder. I need to go back and review ways to catch for legit versus illegitimate. Because I mean, there's a. I'm not going to name and shame here. I set them straight. They were taken. I was at a local game store a couple years ago, and they had their bin of loose DS cards, and I just sat there and went through it and was just sorting them into piles. And when I was there for like 10 minutes, and when he's done, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "All these are bootlegs," and it was like half the pile. And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're all bootlegs." How can you tell? And I kind of walked through what I was looking at.
Yep.
But the bootlegs have gotten better, from what I understand. So-
They have learned that the serial code on the back should be the serial code on the front.
Yeah, like that was one of that. Like those ones I pulled, that was a big one. Like
Yes,
just
so that's
like,
an
serial codes don't
immediate.
match.
Oh, this is hot bullshit. If those
Yeah,
don't
it's like, if
match.
you hit, these don't match, and then here you go. There were a bunch where once I had one I knew was authentic, and I could put the two carts next to each other. Like you could look at the plastic was slightly different.
Yep.
It's like, yep, these aren't legit. But I mean, half their stuff was fake. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, DS and GBA, especially. GBA is so easy and cheap to make fakes. Like,
Yeah, GBA is just
Yeah,
just lost.
yeah, GBA and DS basically lost cause if you want real things, unless you're willing to pay a premium for guaranteed real. But yeah, no, they are more likely to do let's go Pichu than to
Oh God.
if they make a sequel to Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, it's going to be Gen 2. They're more likely to do Let's Go Gen 2.
Iggly, let's go Igglybuff.
God,
Did
it would be Togepi.
we? Yeah, it would be. Did we ever get to the phase where 3DS carts were being bootlegged?
Not to the same extent.
Okay. Is it just because it's harder?
Because it is not cost effective to mass produce cartridges that can get around the anti-piracy measures on a per cartridge basis.
Gotcha.
But yes.
Is your market smaller? And those games were digital, so getting a copy is not that difficult.
Yes, piracy is also
The-
very easy to do digitally on 3DS. As someone
Yeah.
who made the mistake of setting up Google alerts for their own 3DS game, and then 1 week
Oh,
after
dear.
the 3DS game launched, it was just a whole bunch of piracy sites for 3DS that I learned existed.
Oh dear.
Sent me down a rabbit hole of, so how does piracy on the 3DS work? How secure is it? After I've already developed and released a game, oh shit. Piracy is so easy on 3DS. It's now gotten to the point where it's PSP adjacent. Which is a nightmare. Anyways,
Yikes.
WarioWare DIY for the DS.
This game was pretty neat.
Sure was.
8?
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Like this is kind of an unbelievable tool.
Yes. Precipitating a 9-year drought in the franchise, but
Yes.
very, very good. America's Test Kitchen Let's Get Cooking, which is the sequel to Personal Trainer Cooking, except it's branded based on America's Test Kitchen.
Yes. And so when I was at E3, they wanted us to come back because they had some people from America's Test Kitchen who were going to be there. And I'm like, I don't need to see some person from them doing a
Hell yeah.
DS promo. Get
Next
the fuck out of my
step.
face.
Next step into the microphone over and over.
Yeah. So at E3. So good luck.
Yep.
This was weird because we had an appointment for just this game, even though it was at Nintendo's booth.
Perfect.
And I want to say Carly and I went to it having just left our Warren Spector session.
Oh, for Disney's Epic Disney.
Uh-huh. Which he wasn't at. And
Amazing.
it was like a producer instead. And I think I broke the game.
Not hard to do.
I broke one game we hit like 3 things, and I broke one game on that trip, but I can't remember what thing it was. And I just destroyed it. And I'm like, oh boy, sorry, bye. It is really embarrassing when you break a game at E3. Like when you send a game just completely tumbling into the abyss.
Yeah.
Like you feel bad for the person there. You yourself are embarrassed because it's like, oh God, what did I do? And if there's people behind you who are waiting to play, it's like, sorry guys, you're gonna be here for a while.
I mean, I was at E3, and at the Xseed booth, fucking 2016.
Yeah.
Yes, 2016, and that was the year that they were going to release the PS3 and Vita versions of Cold Steel 2. And they had it there, and I went in, and there was a PS3, and there were 2 stations, and neither of them were occupied. Okay. And the demo was just the very beginning of the game. And so I was like, okay. And I went into the pause menu to look at my inventory, and the game just hard crashed the whole dev kit. And so they were like, well, fuck, we gotta go get basically he's like, I gotta go get my manager so that we can unlock the thing and power cycle the dev kit. Would you like to go to the other kiosk? It's like that. I've never seen that before. That'll never happen again. And I went into a battle and hard crashed the game. And when I walked by the next day, they were just showing trailers.
So this game, there's somebody in the chat. Oh, let me go back and look who it was. GX said those are pretty good. Why would you ever E3 that? And because Nintendo doesn't always make good decisions.
Yes, that's true.
But then I went, are these games well received? And yeah, America's Test Kitchen has a Metacritic of 87.
What the shit?
It's got 380, 85, 85, 83, 100. IGN gave this game an 85.
Who gave it the 10?
It's some site I've never heard of.
Okay. Did NWR review it?
Nope.
Okay.
But like Worth Playing gave it an 85. IGN gave it an 85. Game Revolution gave it an 80.
Okay.
So this is apparently like a really good product.
People had smartphones that could look up recipes.
Yeah, but
not as widespread, but like iPhone was what, 2007?
Yeah, roughly.
This is like the year of like maybe iPhone 4.
But you know, maybe it's just it was a novelty. It was a product that you did. People probably were still like, cookbooks are paper, and hey, this isn't paper. I can just keep going. Next step.
All right, what do we want to give it?
I guess we're giving it an 8.
Okay.
Next step.
Game & Watch Collection 2 for the DS. This is the Club Nintendo cartridge.
Next step. This is the one that I had the opportunity to buy for next to nothing like 5 times and didn't, and then now instantly regret it. What is on Game & Watch Collection 2?
Hey, GX.
I'm pulling it up.
Okay. I was gonna say we can come back to it.
I'm 80% of the way there. Game & Watch Collection 2 on DS. $100 from the looks of it. I see Octopus, whatever that thing is fucking called.
Octopus.
Great. I see it doesn't say because it's not meant for retail.
Perfect.
You rat bastards. What's on? Octopus Parachute and Octopus X Parachute.
That's it. I remember it. That is it.
So is Octopus X Parachute new? Did they make that for this? It appears
so.
that they did. Yes. I respect the hustle. I'm gonna give it a little bit of credit because it was free. Ish.
Yeah.
Free-ish. 6.
Okay.
So, real quick about America's Test Kitchen. Do you know who developed it?
Who?
Indie Zero.
Of course. Amazing.
Makers of Dual Pen Sports, Theater Rhythm, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory,
NES Remix.
And NES Remix, and some brain training shit.
Yep.
And Electroplankton.
Yep. I'm surprised that no one's bought them. I know they're indies. That's in the name. But I'm surprised no one's bought them, especially Square Enix. Picross 3D.
Picross 3D. People really love the shit out of this game. Like
the reception 9.
Yeah, like 8 from the looks of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking critical. I'm just like how people talked about it at the time.
So among the sites, one site gave this game a 10.
Mm-hmm.
You will never guess the site. You will never guess it.
What is it?
GiantBomb.com.
Oh no, that's not a surprise. What, Brad? Jeff. Yeah, not a surprise. Brad and Jeff fucking love that thing. Giving it a 5 makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm fine with this getting an 8 or a 9. Joystick also gave it a 10.
I'll give it a 9.
Okay. Yeah, everybody gave it a 9 basically. We gave it a 9. Who gave it? Who reviewed it for us? I'm guessing Neil. That's my guess. Andy. Okay.
100 classic book collection, aka 100 public domain books.
So this one is amazing for us. So there's a couple things. One, I know it's Metacritic. It's a 7. I don't even need to open it up. I know that for a fact. I also know that we're the highest review, but we're not the only 9. Because Cubed 3 also gave it a 9. These are things I know because 100 Classic Books is another one of those internal NWR memes.
Yep.
I even know who reviewed it. Matt did. Matt Blunden. Yeah, it is what it is. Like it asked and answered. It's 100 books, and more books can be downloaded via the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. Even if you don't have access to these additional books, that's 100 that are included with plenty of variety to satisfy every reader demographic.
The gameplay, by the way, GX, is the game has metadata tracking on your reading accomplishments.
Oh, that's a good question, because this was in the era where we still gave breakdown reviews, I think. Oh, damn it. This was just after we stopped doing them. I wanted to see what we would have given this as a breakdown.
Hell yeah. It does have a meta layer. Pokemon Box is a tool for the same reason that Pokemon Bank is not in here.
While the title implies there are only 100 books included. Matt, you said this already. Every neat little feature is another neat little feature is the ability to add background sounds to your reading session to help you unwind and relax.
Sounds like a 9 to me.
That's fucking great. One of the more commonly used sounds in my reading sessions is the sound of wave. Imagine reviewing this thing.
How do you fucking put a review out for it's 100 books on your DS? Fuck you.
How many books do you have to read before you can review it? You got to read at least 2, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is
You
amazing.
probably at least have to read 1 prose, 1 poetry. Because there's poetry in there too, which I think has different formatting.
So I mean, Matt. So reading it, Matt is intimately aware of what he's doing, and he knows. He's sincere. He's not being a dick, but
he knows how ridiculous this is.
Yeah. So here's his pros and cons. Pros: bookmarks to help you keep track of reading. Plenty of books to keep readers occupied. A wide variety of genres. Cons: eventually, there will be no books left to read. Matt, you fucking asshole.
7?
Or yeah, I guess. Basically, the only bad review for this is Edge. I mean, it's Eurogamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs, the third Pokemon Ranger game, because they're still making these for some fucking reason.
Please stop. Please stop.
What did we give the last one?
I don't know.
No, that
I think I threw my hands up and said, I don't know what the fuck these games are.
You gave it a 3. We gave it a 3 last time.
All right.
The first one get a 4. The first one got a 4.
I'm doing the countdown thing.
Yes.
So I want to take a pause for a second, and I went to look at what this game was received on Metacritic. And,
yes.
Here's what's amazing. If you start typing in Metacritic search box and the site doesn't explode, it will give you the ability to see them.
Yes.
And Pokemon Ranger.
Yes.
If you type Pokemon Ray or Pokemon Ran, that's enough to get all 3 of them.
Yes.
And it sorts them by year.
Yes.
Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, and Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs. And it tells you what the Metacritic score is next to it. So Pokemon Ranger, 69.
Nice.
Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, 2 years later, 68. Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs, 2 years after that, 68. Pokemon Ranger is nothing if not consistent.
You draw circles around the Pokemon that don't want circles drawn around them.
So since we're being consistent, I'm going to give this one a 4. We're going to try to keep that median right between 3 and 4.
Okay, well it went 4-3 and now it's 4 again.
Yep.
Okay.
We're bouncing back and forth. We're gonna keep that median right at 3.5 as best we can.
Okay. Let's see here.
Amazing. That's amazing. Like think about how difficult it would be to statistically pull that off.
Yes. Okay. Art Academy.
How long to beat Art Academy?
Okay, so for Art
7
Academy,
hours.
here's 2 points. First point, it is a collection of first and second semester on a cartridge, and we gave both of those individually an 8. Second point.
Okay. So
if you had a DSi, you could get first and second semester for $16. Art Academy on a cartridge launched at $35. So if you had a DSi, Art Academy on a cartridge was a terrible deal. But you didn't need a DSi to use the DS cartridge.
Did it do anything? Did the combination of the two provide anything that the DSi application did not?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just first semester, second semester on a cartridge. I'm.
Oh, God damn it, Matt! Why is it Matt again?
It might have.
Jesus Christ.
I could be totally wrong on this, so please don't base any scores based on this. But my memory is that on the DSiWare version, because it's DSi, you could save your artwork out to. Can you moderate that in the chat?
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you.
I can try to do that. I wasn't in mod view. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm fixing it. Continue.
My memory is that on the DSiWare games, you could save your artwork to the Photos app on the DSi. It's like you could do things with it, but you can't do that on the DS cartridge. Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Get the Apex booty pop shit out of here. God damn it. All right, moving on. All right, sorry.
So, yeah, it's... But yeah, for the most part, it's just the 2 DSiWare games on a cartridge. We gave both of them an 8.
Okay. So this game basically has a 7. So I'm fine with that.
7.
So what's amazing though is Matt reviewed this because of course he did. Apparently Matt was the Touch Generations reviewer.
Amazing.
He gave it a 9. People
really Art Academy is really high quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, and he actually calls it out. He says basically like, yeah, this is those games, and people like those games, but it is those games.
So if you own it on DSi, do not buy this thinking you're getting something new.
Yep. He basically said the first game was super well received. Second game, it deleted the thing when I killed it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
The second game was less received for being too similar. And why does Pokemon Box have a time to beat?
Don't worry about it. GX is just trying to troll us.
331. He did it. Congratulations. Very upset.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong Miniland Mayhem.
This
for
is
DS.
the first minis, right?
No. Minis March again.
March of the Minis would have been the first one.
March of the Minis was the first one. Then there was Minis March again on DSiWare the year prior. And now this is, I think, an expanded version of Minis March again. It's a retail game.
Okay. So...
Miniland Mayhem.
Miniland Mayhem. I don't even know how these minis are regarded at this point.
You are going to see so many fucking Mario vs. Donkey Kong games.
I know! There's too many.
We haven't made it through a single year, and we've been streaming for an hour and a half.
Well, there's been not insignificant number of games.
Yes, we're on game 29.
All right, let's... I am willing to do whatever you think is the appropriate response here, but let's take a look. Mario versus Donkey Kong Miniland Mayhem. Metacritic's at a 79.
I'll give it a 6.
Sure.
It's just exhaustive. Golden Sun Dark Dawn.
Oh! We're back in James Jones review territory.
We don't need to fully relitigate this, but yes, we are. Don't worry, these next... I'm just going to tell you what the next 3 are. Golden Sun Dark Dawn, Dragon Quest IX, Late and Unwound Future. That's what these next 3 are.
Wow, that's a trio.
And these are back-to-back-to-back calendar releases.
That's...
All of these are in order... on a per-platform basis, in order of release date.
So I know I got Golden Sun Dark Dawn to review it right around Thanksgiving because I was playing it on Thanksgiving Day, and I gave it a 7.5. So I'm willing to give it a 7, which is actually on the low end of where this game reviewed in terms of Metacritic scores. The
fan base wasn't too happy about it, but I think a lot of that came in retrospect.
Yeah, at the time, I had a lot to say about this game.
Yes.
I think the fan base was disappointed that this is what the game was. Mm-hmm. Like that more effort wasn't put into it. Well, that's not the word I want to use. That more effort wasn't made to make the game shine the same way it did on the GBA.
And it didn't get a higher budget. Yes.
Yeah, like those games were really impressive on GBA because they were really impressive for the GBA. They weren't necessarily the best games, but they felt big for the platform they were on. Golden Sun Dark Dawn didn't feel big for the platform it was on.
Well, yes, it's also like not an early Golden Sun was very, very, very early, but this is 6 years into the platform. This thing is already like RPG heaven. Chrono Trigger's already out by now. Like Kingdom Hearts is out by now, which was considered big for the platform, whether you like it or not. I think 4 Heroes of Light was out for the platform. So like, yeah, Dark Dawn not huge by RPG standards. Huge by RPG standards though, DQ9.
Yeah, and also
and yes,
real quick,
people are saying
this is 8 years after Dark Dawn. I mean, 8 years. Yeah,
after 2. Yeah,
the Lost Age.
Yes, GX. This is not just the era when Nintendo was still trying to do DQ. This was when they got fucking Seth Green to do all these fucking TV ads for DQ9 that was just about like you can customize your character a lot.
Yes.
Yes. Something I choose to wear a poncho. Like
this game has something I've never seen before on its Metacritic. I was going to give it a 9, and that's about right. That's about right where it is.
Yeah.
There's 65 critic reviews. Every single one of them is in the positive bucket.
Yeah.
Not even a single mixed.
Yeah, this game is fucking good. It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
And then Unwound Future.
Unwound Future to me is a 10.
It was received at like my memory is it was received at a 9.
Yeah, roughly. Confirmed it was received as an 86.
We can give it a 9.
Yeah,
or a 10 if you want.
No, 9's fine.
Okay.
I wouldn't have given this game a 10 if I reviewed it. This is the crescendo.
Yes, this is the peak.
Yep. And boy howdy.
Yes. There's an HD remake for phones and tablets now. It's really good. Came out late last year.
I don't understand why they haven't released that on other stuff.
They've age rated the HD remake for the first game for Switch, but it just never come out. And now there's a full HD remake of 1, 2, and 3 on phones and tablets.
Could you, and this could explain that a little bit, and you might be able to, could you just send the video, like let's say you have a game and it's running on phones, for example, and you can port it to your other set, like you wrote it in a framework and a tool set that makes it easy to port it between platforms. Could you just send the video you sent to the ESRB to rate your phone version and say, I'm rating this as another version released, but the video is captured from this version?
I cannot answer that question.
Okay.
I know the answer, but there are things. Age rating agencies have a before the NDA section on their website and an after an NDA section on their website. And that information is squarely after the NDA about how this all works. So I cannot answer that, unfortunately.
I guess the only other question I have that can you have them review a game but not post it to their website? Okay.
Yeah, they try not to post things before the scheduled release date.
Gotcha.
So when you rate it, you tell them like, "Hey, I want this to be out. Like this is going to be out in May." And if you delay the game like 7 months to December, and then forget to tell the ESRB, that's how you get things like. That's how things like the Australian Classification Board just leaked this game. That means that when it was rated, the day that it leaked was the day that the publisher was planning to release it the first time.
Gotcha.
Anyways, DSiWare for the rest of this.
Oh, God.
Brace yourself. We've got about 26 games.
Jesus.
All right, here we go. Touch Solitaire, which is a $2 minimalist solitaire game. It has Spider and Klondike, nothing else.
4.
Starship Patrol. You're gonna need to have Google at the ready for these. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's one of those, I know the name, but what the fuck is it? Nintendo made a lot of DSiWare, like more than or published. They didn't make almost any of these.
Well, I don't know. They made all the fucking split up games.
I remember those. So a lot of these I just remember because I would do the Nintendo downloads article.
Yeah.
This looks.
If you just want to give me a number and move on, that's also fine.
I don't want to. Wait. Doesn't even have a Metacritic listing. That's amazing. Unless this is the same game. It is. Starship. Oh, it's got 2 names. This reviewed super well. Holy shit. This game reviewed like in the 8s and 9s, so I guess 8.
Okay. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Number Battle, DSiWare.
Oh, you know what? Q Games made that.
Yes, they did. It's very good.
Number Battle also reviews quite well, and
Number Battle has a spirit, not an assist trophy.
Sujin Taisen.
Yeah.
This looks like it's pretty good. Like 7.
Yeah, it is. There are some good DSiWare games that they put out. It's not all shit. True Swing Golf Express.
Oh my god. So True Swing Golf.
What do we give True Swing Golf?
I don't know.
I'm trying to find it. That sounds like a 2008 game to me.
AKA a little bit of True Swing Golf.
Yes. It's 2005? No. What the fuck did we... When did it come out?
So it's basically the single player of that game.
Yes. I don't see it on the list. I'm probably just missing it.
I don't know. 7.
7. Lincoln Launch.
Oh my god.
It has an apostrophe before and after the N.
Oh, I know the name. I'm very aware. This We gave it an 8.5. This is an intelligent systems game.
Yes, it is.
I know that.
This is
I
when all of Nintendo's internal and partner studios were releasing their 1 or 2 DSiWare games. This is that year.
Yeah. I know next to nothing about this.
Let's give it a
game.
7.
I know it had the rocket ship from Pikmin in it.
Spado with an exclamation point. Spado. S-P-O-T-T-O.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what it is. Let's Google it.
My memory says hidden object.
Yeah, I want to say... No, it's, President Wow Wow's daughter. Spado being the world's foremost bombardier. It reviewed pretty well. Like an 8.
Sure. Okay, Nintendo.
I'm looking at images of it. It's hard to find images of it because apparently that's also a slang term in Australia.
Great. Aura Climber.
Aura Climber. Some of these might be made up.
No, people like this one. Neil also read about this one in his article.
Then Neil should review it because it's only got 2 of the 4 reviews it needs. 8.
Okay. Sure, I would have given it maybe a 6 or a 7, but we can give it an 8.
If you've played it,
I have.
You. Okay, go with that then.
7. Game & Watch Judge.
Oh dear God. Dear God. All right, which one's this? This is the stupid numbers, right?
Yeah, this is Flags.
2. Fuck off.
Game & Watch Chef.
Oh man, really?
Yes, here we are.
Are they? These are just DSiWare. Like they basically just put the game in, right?
Yep.
Did they do anything for these?
No.
So they just look like.
Yeah. $2.
I
Game & Watch Chef.
Yeah, sure. All right. So what you know what they did with the bottom screen?
What? Put a watch there?
They put the logo Game & Watch Chef and the copyright 1981 to 2009 Nintendo.
Amazing.
I don't know. 3. Chef is better than Judge.
Game & Watch Mario Cement Factory.
Mario Cement Factory is slightly better than Chef. I'll give it a 3 as well.
Nintendo DSi Instrument Tuner, which required that you play an instrument and that the DSi microphone pick it up with enough accuracy to tell you what the pitch is.
What?
It doesn't function.
I don't even remember. How did I not run into this?
It's really bad. It's really bad.
You can make it tell you notes.
Both Curate Goblin and GX are vouching for me. This doesn't it does not function.
What? Like how are there 3 people in the world who have opinions on Nintendo DSiWare Instrument Tuner?
It is the WarioWare Snapped of instrument tuners. I would give it a 1 straight up. This thing is hot trash. It just does not function.
Okay. Great.
Does not meet requirements to function. Nintendo DSi Metronome, because as assholes they did not bundle that into the instrument tuner.
Oh, I know, because the review on Nintendo Life points out that yes, Metronome just came out. They gave Metronome a 3, which I need to fucking know. How do you review Metronome?
If it did work, it would get a 3. It did not work.
Okay, so it must have worked in this case. DSiWare wasn't intended for just games. The I is a reference to using it as a personal tool, according to some Nintendo rep who may or may not have been full of it.
This review gets a 0.
Jesus Christ.
Nintendo DSi Metronome 2.
They gave it a 6.
2.
3 because what your rhythm is if you clap.
Trajectile, which is actually very good.
Yes, I have played this, but I'm trying to remember what it looks like.
Looks kind of like Arkanoid, I believe. It's not, but it looks like it.
Yeah. They're not projectile. God damn it. Google, you're being annoying. There we go. Took a second. And there's no pictures. Why are there no pictures? Show me some freaking pictures. It's a breakout. Breakout adjacent.
Yep. 6, 7.
What do you think?
I'm leaning 7.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
It was received pretty well. Game & Watch Vermin.
Yeah, they sure are. I guess look at which one Vermin is.
Judge was 2. Chef and Mario Cement Factory were 3.
Oh, Vermin's the one where you just fucking hit the things with the hammer.
Yes.
2.
Game & Watch Helmet.
Damn.
Get ready.
I'm mad. Let's keep looking at what these are.
There's like 4 more after this.
Of course there are. Why would you stop? Never stop. Helmet's the one where you just run across the thing because shit's falling from the sky. Helmet is what you need in order to make the game irrelevant. Give it a 3.
Manhole.
For being self-aware.
Game & Watch Manhole.
Yeah, we certainly have stepped in one, haven't we? 2.
Game & Watch Ball.
Fucking 2.
Game & Watch Flagman.
3.
Game & Watch Donkey Kong Jr.
4. It's an actual fucking game.
Photo Dojo.
Oh, Photo Dojo. This actually reviewed pretty well, if I recall correctly.
It was free, that's why. It was free for a time, and then they started charging for it. They
did.
charged $5 for that piece of shit. It is not worth $5.
They demoed it at PAX. And
they had a competition. Neil won.
Yeah, I was there. I watched Neil win and thought to myself, not fucking dealing with that shit. 6.
Okay. Luxley's Lineup, which was a 3DS game before the 3DS. It was attempting to be 3D, and it was like a fucking tilt the system around, and we're gonna try to track your face to realize where you're tilting it, and move like a diorama around. It was by Intelligent Systems. It didn't quite work.
Yeah, I have experienced this game. So my experience is it did work, but only under the right lighting conditions. So I'd say a 6.
I mean, one could say that about WarioWare Snapped, but yes.
Well, I don't think the right lighting conditions for WarioWare Snapped exist.
That's valid. 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too neat an idea to ding it too hard.
Metal Torrent. Make sure that if you're Googling this, you have a really good search term.
I'm gonna be in the Metacritic list.
Okay. Metal Torrent.
Ooh. I don't remember this game at all.
Most people had fully checked out of DSiWare at this point.
Yeah, but I was still reading the press release. I don't remember this one at fucking all. What the shit? It's like a bullet hell on DSiWare.
Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is.
Published by Nintendo.
Yes.
And it came out, and at one point it was available for 100 coins. Alongside Bird Beans.
It's actually pretty decent.
Yeah? What would you say? The metaphor is 60.
I would say 6 or 7. Probably 6.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
It is above average. It is better than I would expect just grabbing a random DSiWare game, and that probably is because Nintendo vouched for it. Or why Nintendo vouched for it.
Arika made it.
Yep. Xscape.
Oh, this is a good one.
Gives me a headache, but it is a good game.
Yeah. It is... I can't remember the name of the Game Boy game.
X.
Okay. 8.
Flame Tail. One word.
Hi. This is one of the ones where the name is there. But I got nothing. It reviewed okay.
Yeah.
8s and 7s.
I'll give it a 7. A
Okay.
Kappa's Trail.
Oh, I don't basically nothing about this game.
Like 5.
Okay.
Face
Does he
pot. Oh,
And I think it only has one review.
yeah. Face Pilot, fly with your Nintendo DSi camera.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Was this game free?
No.
Why do I have it? Because I would have never fucking paid for it. It's got no reviews. I've never seen that before. It's got none. That's amazing. I don't know. I got nothing.
3.
Okay. Did you fly with your DSi camera?
Yes. Well,
You could.
to the limit of the DSi camera.
Okay.
It is proto Face Raiders, like Chariot Goblin points out.
Great.
What if Face Raiders, but on the DSi and even worse?
Great. Fucking fantastic.
Nintendo Countdown Calendar.
10.
No.
Just a 10. Just a perfect 10. Can't. Does it count down?
You put down. It's a calendar. Shout out to My
Yeah.
Calendar by No. You pick a date that something's coming out, and every time you open the app, not only when you open the app, it will tell you how many days until it happens.
Okay. So you know what I'm hearing?
It works exactly as intended.
Right.
I mean,
Asked and answered.
if it were better, it could, I don't know, integrate into the OS to show how many days on the operating system
Nintendo Life
screen.
is the only outlet that reviewed this because, again, as we discussed earlier, they review everything except apparently Face Flying or the
Face
fuck that
Pilot,
thing's
yes.
called. They gave it a 4. And if you're looking
That's
for an
a 2.
application that will help you actually organize your life, manage your time, you might want to look elsewhere.
A 4 from Nintendo Life is a 2.
Yeah, I mean this is phenomenal. This is a game that deserves a re-release.
And final one, last one for the year.
Okay.
Snap Dots.
Okay, this is another one that the name is hanging out in my brain, but
We are really going to get a fucking abysmal score in the year that had fucking Dragon Quest IX, Unwound Future, Heart Gold Soul Silver, Galaxy 2, and Donkey Kong Country Returns.
this is a D4 game.
Good.
Snapdots. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Nintendo Life likes it a lot, apparently. Holy shit!
Did they give it like a 9?
They gave it an 8.
Okay.
It looks neat.
Okay, we'll give it a 7 or an 8. Your choice.
I don't know, 7.
Okay. Our final total for the year is 5.83.
Jesus fuck.
Because Nintendo DSi Instrument Tuner and a lot of Game & Watch games.
Yeah, well, I have my limit. If
And
you put these Game & Watch
Aquaspace.
games,
And Fling Smash, and Metroid Other M, and Wii Party.
but keep in mind, Kirby came out this year.
Yes.
Like a lot of really good games came out that year.
Absolutely. This was a really good year. I remember 2010 very, very fondly.
This is one of those years where like being a reviewer kind of sucks.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
because
like-
you have to juggle. You have to turn in a review for both Game & Watch Manhole and Game & Watch Ball in the same week.
I would have written the exact same review and sent them in and see if anybody noticed.
2011 time. Again,
Okay.
we're only going by platform here, or in release order, but per platform. There's
How
only
many
one
are
DSiWare game.
in this year?
33. And there's only one
Oh.
DSiWare, and there's no WiiWare.
Yes, God.
Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
Mario Sports Mix.
Mario Sports Mix Wii. That is...
That's the volleyball, dodgeball, hockey, and...
Yeah, I always think of that
Basket?
game as the 3DS game. What
No.
was that game called?
That's Mario Sports Superstars.
Ah, I see.
It had online play. The online play made you reconnect every single time you changed sports, I believe.
Yeah,
This has the Square Enix characters in it.
Uh, 6?
Sure.
Like I seem to I only played it at a demo. I seem to recall
It was
the
fine.
games. Yeah, they were fine.
The reception was, it's fine. We Play Motion, which is fucking weird. Have you played We Play Motion?
No, I have not, but I know it's got some thoughts in there.
Every single game was made by a different studio.
Yep, I remember when they announced that all these games would be different studios.
It's really weird. There's some really good ones and some really bad ones.
Yep.
Okay, with the Wii Motion Plus, I think I reviewed it and gave it a 7.
Because it was Arcest, Goodville, ProPay,
Skip,
Vanapool. I think Chunsoft made a couple as well.
Yeah. It's fucking, it's weird. Let me put it this way. Low bar, but it's much better than We Play.
Yeah. Like a 5.
Okay, I was gonna say 5 or 6.
Okay, I'm good with the 6.
Okay. I think it's...
I remember people thought it was okay.
Yes, I'll bump it to a 6, just because, like, it is at least interesting and memorable. Like, more than Fling Smash, which also came with the Motion Plus.
There's a reason this game never decreased the price of the controller that it was bundled with.
Yeah. Mystery Case Files: The Malgrave Incident.
Oh, now we're deep in the Mystery Case Files era.
This is the last one that Nintendo put out.
I thought there was like a whole like ones they didn't though.
Oh, there are dozens and dozens and dozens on PC.
Yeah.
But there was like 2 or 3 that Nintendo put out.
These were reviewed okay, like 6s and 7s.
I reviewed this one. I think I gave it a 4.
Okay, well then I'll let you go with it.
Kirby's Return to Dreamland or Kirby's Adventure Wii.
How was this received? I don't.
First console Kirby game since Kirby Kirby platformer since Kirby 64. Simultaneous multiplayer. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I think my recollection is people were like, "Yeah, this is fine."
Mm-hmm.
Like 7s and 8s.
Sure, we can give it a 7.
Yeah, I'm good with the 7.
Skyward Sword. How was it received, James?
I think it was received. So it depends when we're talking about it.
Release month versus 2 months later.
Well, I would say release it 2 months before release month, than after release.
That's valid.
Because I would say before it came out, people thought it was going to be garbage, and then they actually played it, and they're like, "Oh, this control actually does work." And then I think afterwards they were like, "Man, that tadpole collecting shit sure sucked."
And that opening 3 hours.
Yeah. But you got to meet that weird Zelda with the weird face. Her face was weird in that game. I don't know what it was. It was like something that like didn't render right. I don't know.
People like Groose and Girahim.
They do.
That's
but
kind of the 2 takeaways from that game that people like.
You fight a giant black pineapple with feet.
You fight him like 20 times.
It's amazing.
You keep getting pulled away from your quest, being like, you gotta go fight him again.
Yeah, he's woken up. Go take care of this. And then you just watch him waddle around. Neil reviewed this game.
Of course he did. Yeah, I know.
We gave it a 10.
Uh-huh.
Andy reviewed this game.
Uh-huh.
He also gave it a 10.
Uh-huh.
But how did it review when it came out on the Wii U?
It did not.
Oh, okay. I would not have given this game a 10. There's Carly's double impressions of it because it had 2 different demos at the E3.
Mm-hmm.
There was a demo where you just flew the bird around, and then there was a demo where you actually did the thing.
All right. What number are we giving it?
I'm gonna say if we're just talking about it in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have to look. How was it? Oh my god.
That is how you chose to go through this, not retrospect.
No, I know. I know my number for this game, but I'm trying to like square it with this.
Yes. Uh-huh.
My number for this game at the time would have been maybe a low 8, high 7s, because I remember the RFN where we talked about this game after it came out.
Yes, me too. I also remember that.
I remember sitting down and recording it and going like, everybody was like, huh, the fuck? But this game fucking slayed at reviews.
Yes, it sure did. People
I'm
love
seeing
Zelda games.
10. Like,
People love Zelda games in the moment, no matter what game it, no matter, unless it is Triforce Heroes. People
Yeah.
love Zelda games in the moment.
10. Like, just, I would say there's 20 10s in here.
If you
including
didn't
from
give it
major
10 or
outlets.
9.5, you probably got harassed to shit.
I would say it's an 8 personally, but I think that's probably
Give it a
no.
9.
You know what?
Hmm?
I'm gonna stick with the 8.
Okay. I agree.
I think in retrospect, I would probably knock it down a little bit, but I think from the control standpoint, I think it actually the people who are like they can just take the controls out. No, I think it's fundamental to that game.
Oh, it sure is.
And
That
I think people I know people like to say waggle. I think the controls actually add to that game.
Yes.
I think it's when you're not doing those controls when that game gets bad.
That game, the introduction of the Switch Lite makes remastering that game on Switch a really, really tricky proposition.
Yeah.
All right, Fortune Street.
Oh, this one is
This game
This is
did
one
not review as well as you think.
no, I know it didn't. Because people didn't know what the fuck it was.
This game is really good, though.
Yeah.
There's a reason this franchise, celebrated its 30th or 35th anniversary in Japan recently. I think 30th.
This game is to understand this game you need to see someone play it or play it yourself. And there is that Giant Bomb stream they did where they played the game front to back. It's not until like hour 3 where you realize what this game actually is.
But they
And that
realize
it's
it in
like-
real time, too.
Yeah, like at some point they're not taking it very seriously, but at some point they realize, oh, this game is custom made to fuck with you.
Yes.
It's the only comparable thing I have for it is fuck, I own it. The RPG board game.
Concept?
No. It's the Mario Party, but like it's basically
Dokapon Kingdom?
Dokapon Kingdom. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like it's that like around hour 9 you realize, oh, this thing's got fucking layers.
Yes, Pokepal, this is Mario Dragon Quest.
I'm gonna say this thing is at least a 7. I might be convinced to go higher. Where are you at?
I would give it a 9. We can split the difference and give it an 8.
Okay.
Pokemon Black and White. As a refresher, when you did the Rank Every Pokemon stream, this is the one where you just started groaning and yelling at the terrible designs.
Yeah, because this is the one where they like let people outside Japan make some, right?
Sort of, yes, but this is more specifically the one where, in Black and White, the originals, until you get to credits, you don't encounter any Pokemon from before Black and White. It's all Black and White Pokemon until you hit credits.
So this game, I remember this game was fucking everywhere because it came out right before PAX East.
This came out at the same time as the 3DS, basically.
Right. But it came out like days before PAX East, so people had the stupid pedometer thing and were fucking everywhere. Because John got up before he went to E3 or PAX that day to go down the street and buy it because he got peer pressured into buying it.
Good.
But I never played Black and White. I know it reviewed really well.
They all do.
Yeah, so that's the check.
I would say that for me, Black and White, but especially X and Y. X and Y for me is the absolute low point of the main games. Black and White's not that far behind. People look at X and people like Black and White. People really like Black 2, White 2, which are just fucking weird. They're just fucking weird. But yeah, people are kind of mixed on Black and White. I would probably, in terms of reception, give it a 7.
Okay.
I think it was probably the coldest reception of a new gen at that point. Because people really liked like, obviously people really liked the second gen because it was like, okay, new Pokemon. People pretty much liked third gen. Fourth gen, people came back who were like, on 3, came back for it. 5 was where it was like, Yeah. It's weird.
Fair enough.
Anyways, Kirby Mass Attack.
This game actually is really neat and
It is.
got I would say it's an 8.
I agree. Fossil Fighters Champions, sequel to Fossil Fighters, but not the 3DS game.
I did not play Champions.
It is the first game, but much, much more refined.
Then I would say it's probably also an 8.
Okay.
Because the first game had really cool ideas.
Yes. Dragon Quest VI, Realms of Revelation.
Is this the good one?
Sure. People like 6. The localization was good. I had a fun time with it.
Okay. I'll let you. I will defer.
7. Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2.
I don't know much about the Monsters games.
Also a 7.
Okay.
Professor Layton and the Last Spectre, which is really funny because that came out after the E3 demo the previous year of Layton 5.
Oh yeah,
Because
I went through it. And,
they were demoing Layton 5 before.
I looked the person in the eyes and said, "Is the game before this one going to come out first?" And the response I got was, "What game is that?"
Perfect.
Because it was on the raised platform that all the 3DS stuff was on.
Yes.
Nintendo was running all those demos.
Yes. No, that was a weird situation where the sequel to this game was a 3DS launch game in Japan.
Yeah, I think the good thing about that game and the mess that Nintendo put them in by having them translate puzzles for a game that its predecessor wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
Is it kicked all the relevant parties in the ass and told them they can't let Japan get that far ahead anymore.
Yes. And
series like this, they have to keep Japan close.
Yes. Last Spectre also came with the weird Brownie Brown RPG.
It did. Little London.
Yes, it was fine. Or London Life.
London Life, yes, which we played all the way through to the end. And I called it Little London because that was what the town got named in.
Yes.
Either I named it that.
I think that's the default name. Yeah.
Either I named it that because you don't have enough letters. You know, because Japanese, they gave you 6 letters.
Great.
And I think Carly named hers more letter. She's just mad. So I'd say a 7, 8. No, 8. I think Last Spectre is still a good game.
Yeah.
When you throw the London Life in there.
Was this the first one where they unified the Luke voices, or was that the next one?
They were unified in this one, I believe.
Okay, because it's also like shrill little kid Luke.
Yeah, but he's 3 or 4 years younger.
Yes. Okay, that's it for DS. Here's our one DSiWare.
Okay.
Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Anniversary Edition. This is the last DSiWare.
Ooh, this is the one they announced at E3, and they're like, and it's out now. It's free.
Yes. Yep. Very good version of it.
Yeah.
Hard to do
8?
multiplayer, but yep, 8 makes sense. Here we are with 3DS.
Okay.
Fuck you, chat. These count. AR games.
Oh God.
They count.
Oh. 4.
Face Raiders. It's a game.
4. It's barely a game.
Street Pass Me Plaza at launch.
8. And here's why I say that. Because it launched and then there was a PAX.
Yes.
And it completely dominated that PAX.
Yep. Nintendogs plus cats. The 3 variations being French Bulldog and New Friends, Golden Retriever and New Friends, and Toy Poodle and New Friends.
These did quite well, but not quite as sharply as their predecessor did.
I liked them a lot.
7?
Yeah.
Or 8? Where do you feel?
7 makes sense.
Okay.
Pilot Wings Resort.
8. This game reviewed really well.
Steel Diver, $40.
Yeah, 5.
Fair, 4 or 5. Ocarina of Time 3D.
Honestly, like 8.
Okay. Yeah.
People really liked it.
Star Fox 64 3D. Yes, I know. With the fucking multiplayer
Local,
camera.
local only video. It's the most insane feature. That's a press release line. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes.
7.
Okay. Now this is on a 3DS cartridge.
Yes.
Pokemon Rumble Blast.
I don't know.
Fucking 3.
Okay.
Tetris Axis.
I don't even remember that game.
6 or 7? I'll go to 6.
I'm gonna look at it real quick.
It's Tetris. It's in 3D. It's got some
Sure
of the modes
is.
from It's got some of the modes from that Tetris Party on WiiWare.
Sure does. Okay, I'm fine with whatever.
Mario 3D Land.
Mario 3D. Oh, yeah, that came out. God, what a fucking year.
This was 3DS launched, and this was the year of the price cut and everything. But by the end, they managed to get 3D Land and Mario Kart 7 out.
10.
In the first year. I agree. Mario Kart 7.
9.
Yeah.
People really like that game too.
And that's it for 3DS retail, and now we're on to 3DS eShop, and then we're done with the year.
Okay.
3D Classics Excite Bike.
This is the release order.
This is release order.
5. The 3D Classics part was pretty novel.
3D Classics Xevious.
And see, already the novelist Xevious is a better game, so I would say 6.
3D Classics Urban Champion.
Novelty is gone. Joy is gone.
$8.
Sadness is here. How much was it?
8.
8?
$8.
3.
3D Classics Twin Bee.
5. Twin Bee's fine.
Freaky Forms, Your Creations Alive.
I think I reviewed this.
What a nightmare factory that thing is.
So this game came out before PAX, and this game had Street Pass. It had a lot of Street Pass.
Yes.
And if you played this game at PAX East, it is a very different game from a review standpoint, and it's like a 7 or an 8.
Yes.
Because you got some real fucking nightmares sent to you. If you played it at any other time, it's probably like a 5. I'm gonna go with the 7.
Okay.
Because it's madness.
Final.
All right. How long to beat for Urban Champion? 56 minutes is pretty funny.
Here's the penultimate 3D Classics. 3D Classics Kirby's Adventure.
7. It's a good port of Kirby's Adventure.
Here's a holiday window hit for you. Pushmo.
Ooh.
First year.
Pushmo reviewed really well.
Yes.
I didn't really care for it, but
8?
I would say 8's got to be where it goes.
And then I just put this in here to troll GX. Swap Note.
Swap Note. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for how many sexual harassers use it.
Anything that's going to have communication as. Honestly,
Yes.
Swap Note was a pretty cool thing.
It really was.
Especially because they kept adding new stationery and stuff.
And there was gamification in it.
Yeah, it unlocks stuff. I got to listen to an actual adult human being allegedly have an argument with Nikki because Nikki wouldn't unlock all the functionality.
Amazing.
So that was fun. I hate that bitch. I'm gonna say 7. It was a cool tool.
6.6 for the year, and this is with a lot of 3s and 4s. It was a pretty strong year overall. Like, the hits were hits. There's not a lot on Wii. There were 6 games.
If you ever
that.
wanted to see that Nintendo really wished they could have waited on the 3DS, look at the release calendar for this year.
Yep.
And look at the release calendar for the previous year. And you will see that Nintendo would have loved to have just sat on the 3DS and not released it like at Easter time the previous year, and instead released it at like the end of that year because they were scared shitless by the Vita.
Yep.
which is why the DS came out when it was.
All right, cling to the good days because here we go, fuckers. 2012.
How many are there?
31. A lot of these are really fast.
This has got to be last year, though.
All right.
I'm tired.
Rhythm Heaven Fever.
10.
Agreed. Poke Park 2 Wonders Beyond.
Oh, for God's sake. I don't know.
6.
Okay.
Making its vengeful return. Mario Party 9.
This is the Cars one,
This is
right?
the first of 2 Cars ones, yes. Even Mario Party fans fucking hate that.
It's true, but it changed something. Remember, our rule was you lose a point every year you don't
God
change
damn it.
things.
Yes. What was
It changed things. So I'm going to say it's like a 5.
It was a 5 for 8 because they added the waggle. So 5.
Right. Yes.
Xenoblade Chronicles. Nintendo of America's
10.
release date.
10.
New Play Control, Pikmin 2. They sat on this thing for like 3 years and then finally released it because they had nothing else.
Do people like the new play control for it?
Yeah.
Okay. 8.
Okay. Kirby's Dream Collection.
God, what is this one?
This is all of the console Kirby games and This is all the Kirby games prior, like through N64, and then some custom challenges from in the Return to Dreamland engine.
Yeah, this one's pretty nice.
Yeah.
8?
Sure. Yeah, it was good. It was way better than that fucking Mario thing.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 4 Wii U games. New Super Mario Bros. U. Given out for free at Old Navy for Black Friday.
Was it really?
I got multiple press releases about that begging for me to cover it.
9. It was really good.
Nintendo Land.
7? 8? What do you think?
7.
Okay.
Sing Party by the DJ Party team. Or the DJ Hero team.
I got no idea.
Fucking 4.
Okay.
Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Crest. Nintendo went to a game that got like 3 and 4 out of 10 reviews and decided to publish a port as a launch title.
But a dramatically improved port.
Not, I wouldn't call it dramatically.
I mean, people who hated the first 2 games liked it. They're like, okay, it's better. It's a lot better. Like a 6? A 5?
5. I will not give it above a 5. I reviewed that thing. I'm sorry. Here are 2 DS games. Pokemon Conquest.
A game I wanted to play and just didn't.
This game is fucking rad, dude. 8.
Yeah. I heard it's rad. Now I'm mad I skipped it.
Not unattainable. Pokemon Black 2
Okay.
and Pokemon White 2. I would take whatever we gave the last one in Alpha Point. We gave it a 7. I would give these an 8.
Okay.
3DS Time. Kid Icarus Uprising.
Oh. I really don't like this game.
At the time, it was received like a 7.
Yeah. I think it had people who really, really loved it and people who were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Here's our next one. Are you ready?
Sure.
Please delight in this. Spirit Camera, The Cursed Memoir.
Fucking 1.
Fuck that thing. It did not function.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Mario Tennis Open.
Mario Tennis Open. Also, the stream is way behind.
Oh. You might need to refresh.
Like,
it might just be for you.
all right, let me try it again. All right,
Because
just refreshed it.
Chat is up to speed.
All right, chat, tell me when you hear this.
When you hear this. Well, I mean,
Not
they're
yet.
probably going to have to type.
There,
Okay.
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. That's a pretty big delay. Okay.
I mean, that's
All right.
also someone had to type it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, anyways.
Okay.
Mario Tennis Open.
Mario Tennis Open. This is they've moved away from this is the one that had no content, right?
Yep. This is, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the Wii U game that had actually no content. This is just, people were disappointed that it didn't have any like progression modes. It was just kind of Mario Tennis. It had like multiple courts. Like it was nowhere near as bad as the fucking Wii U game that came out a couple years later.
Okay.
So that's the one you're thinking of. This is not like the 2. This is like
a 7.
I was gonna say like a 6 or a 7. Yeah.
Okay. This is the one they released like a huge DLC package for though, right?
Nope, that was the golf game.
Okay.
New Super Mario Brothers 2. It's all about the gold.
It's all about the gold. This game was I liked this game when it came out because it was very stupid.
It's very weird.
Yeah, I don't think it was reviewed as well as it should have because I don't think people really bought it. Like they're like, but why is it so obsessed with coins? That's weird.
And maybe they shouldn't.
They know. That's why they're doing it.
And maybe they shouldn't have released it and you within the same 12 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. That's the issue. I would say this game's an 8.
Agreed.
The most fun I had was sitting on a train and playing this game and passing it back and forth and just laughing at how stupid it was.
Art Academy, lessons for everyone.
People fucking stared.
Yes, first genuine sequel. 3DS
I don't know.
retail.
No idea.
7. Crosswords Plus, I reviewed it. 3.
Okay.
Somehow it was worse than some of the DS games that handwriting recognition.
If you can make a bunch of French people stare at you while you're playing a Mario game because you're laughing your ass off, it's worth it.
Style Savvy Trendsetters, 9.
I'm not even touching this.
It was received very well by the community.
By the community of you?
Nope. Not just me. Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask.
Ooh, so I think this game was received okay, but I thought it was a step down. But it might get a bump up just because of the presentation. Like they really decided to go wild with the presentation of this game.
So 8, which is the same as Last Spectre, or 7?
Yeah, I'll say an 8.
Okay.
I think if they hadn't spent some outrageous amount of money, it would have started to fall.
Freaky Forms Deluxe, Your Creations Alive, the retail version.
This is the one I reviewed. Did I review this?
You can't get it anymore. They delisted this shit immediately because it became an entry point for piracy.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because you can load QR codes.
Oh, I see.
So you can execute arbitrary code.
Freaky Forms, Your Creations Alive. That's the download. Zach reviewed that one.
Yeah, this is deluxe.
I did a hands-on of it. Yeah, so let me see. There's Freaky Form Deluxe, and I did review. I wrote a long preview for it. I did not review it.
Okay.
GX,
what are they gonna? It's not a live game.
I don't know. Is the retail version like good in some extra way?
It has more levels.
Okay, then I would say give it the same score.
Even though it's a year later?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, 7 it is.
This game is so outrageously weird.
Paper Mario Sticker Star. If you say anything above a 5, we are going to get in a fight
I've never
now.
played it. I reserve judgment on it. I've never played it.
Fucking 3. Fuck that hateful game. Here's where we're at with 3DS eShop. Sakura Samurai, Art of the Sword.
I didn't like this game that much. It's pretty.
It's like One Note Punch Out, downloadable. It looks nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, 6.
Sure.
I got it for gold coin, so I wasn't too upset.
Who hurt you, chat?
What did they?
They are arguing about with Sticker Star being like 5, 6, 7. Now
they're arguing with each other. Great.
Yeah. Anyways, Dylan's Rolling Western, the first one. I feel like the second one really was when they actually got into it.
Yeah.
First one felt like a prototype. Yeah, I can give it a 6. Ketzel's Corridors.
I like this one, 7.
3D really helps with it. 3D Classics Kid Icarus, the final 3D Classics.
Fuck.
Okay. I will only say one thing here. Okay. And it's very, very, very small. But something to consider is that Kid Icarus was very, very unpolished and buggy. And a
Yes.
lot of that jank did get removed in the 3D Classics because it was ground up.
Sure.
So it is
But
the most stable way to play Kid Icarus that doesn't feel like it's constantly falling apart.
But Kid Icarus is not a great game.
It is not. I just want... It's not just a port of Kid Icarus. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
I agree, it's a bad game.
Fine, 4. I'll give them credit for fixing the bullshit.
Okay.
Although I don't think they did it on purpose. I guess because it was from the ground up.
Yes. Atlas's Sparkle Snapshots 3D.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
So Sparkle Snapshots was DSiWare that was like the photo booth shit where you could just add glitter to your photos. And they did this one,
Okay.
except 3D.
3?
Works for me. Pokemon Dream Radar, which was
This
the
is the
fucking
game-
AR shooter that worked with Black 2 and White 2.
This is the game that Nintendo World Report got in trouble for.
Oh boy.
Because they uploaded assets to pass to their PR company
Oh yes.
on a FTP site, but it's an FTP site they had used in the past, and we were just checking it periodically and found these assets for a game they hadn't announced, and so we had an exclusive reveal on our website, and they're like, "Where the fuck did you get this?" And we're like, "From you." Oops.
Yes. No, this
5. It was kind of neat.
you'll notice every time they launch a new system, there's a scramble to get Pokemon something on it.
Yeah.
And so
And
like
this was right before PAX too.
yes, and this came out at the same time as Black 2 and White 2 for DS, and it is slightly better than Face Raiders. And then like the year before they scrambled to put out Pokemon Rumble on a cartridge because I think it predated the eShop. Anyways, yes, Pokédex 3D Pro. Not the free one. This one I think was $10.
I don't know anything on this one.
Fucking 3. Crashmo.
Crashmo. How do you feel about this one?
It hurts my head.
In
My
what way?
brain doesn't think this way. It's
Oh, okay.
it's like it's Pushmo, but they changed all the physics around. So like
Right.
everything has gravity, and I don't know. It just fucks with me. We gave Pushmo an 8.
Crashmo is the sequel to Venmo Octanus. It's after the
It's
economy
the
of
Crash,
Venmo
yes.
falls out.
We can give it like a 7.
People still liked it a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it being an 8 again. Like they
Okay.
they changed it up pretty significantly, so I give them credit for that.
They did. Would I say Crash Mode is worth playing even if you didn't like Push Mode? Maybe. There's also the free to start Stretch Mode that I would probably recommend also. I think Stretch Mode is the best of the 3 personally.
I give them credit for doing something different every time, except for those times I didn't.
Except for the Wii U port of, or the Wii U remake of Push Mode.
Yeah.
Yep. Fluidity Spin Cycle is the last one.
People really liked this too, didn't they?
Yep. It's a gyroscope game on 3DS where you're spinning the whole system around constantly.
To like an 8.
Sure. That puts the year at a 6.4. Which, there were 2 10s and a 1.
2 10s and a 1. Good job, Nintendo. Use the whole score. So I actually reviewed a lot of games in this list.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to get there.
I mean, I did this time. Like, I reviewed Rhythm Heaven. I reviewed another game up at the top.
Yeah, Xenoblade.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know that I did. Because I imported a copy from Europe. So I was like, I don't have to review this.
You played it a lot on the site.
Yeah, I talked about it on RFN for 2 straight hours. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, next year I'm already seeing things where it's like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, next year I had to be so generous that I counted New Super Luigi U as separate because they did sell it separately. Like
I should play that.
It's fucking rough. Like, dude, everything from here on out, every year from here on out is fucking rough. 2013 might be the best year that they've got for the Wii U lineup because it's so little.
Like 2013 should have Xenoblade X isn't there yet.
No, but like 2013 has Wind Waker HD. It has Pikmin 3. It has Fire Emblem Awakening. It has Luigi's Mansion 2, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, Animal Crossing New Leaf. Like,
there's some heft in that schedule.
Yes, 2013 has some neat stuff. It's when you get into 2014. It's when yeah.
One of those years is gonna have Xenoblade X.
That's 2015.
Did Tokyo Mirage Sessions come out the same year?
No, it came out that year in Japan. No, 2015. Okay. I'll just read it to you real fast. Don't worry about writing these. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars, Mario Party 10, Oof. Amiibo Tap, Splatoon, Art Academy, Super Mario Maker, Yoshi's Woolly World, Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater, Amiibo Festival, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Devil's Third, Majora's Mask 3D, Tipping Stars on 3DS, Codename Steam, Fossil Fighter Frontiers, Xenoblade 3D, Puzzle Dragons, LBX, Happy Home Designer, Chibi Robo Ziplash, Triforce Heroes, Yokai Watch, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Like, again...
And yes, Nintendo did publish Ace Attorney versus Layton.
Yes, like, you go through this fucking list, and you are going... Yeah, 2015 was the year of Too Hot for Games.
There are some things in there that are not bad, but... Yes,
no, there's some hitters, but there's, like, 4 of them. And there's 33 releases.
Yeah, it's just there's just not that much elsewise.
Fucking Flipnote Studio 3D is in here. That's gonna raise the average, I hope. Like, shit, dude.
Yeah, probably.
2016.
Puzzle and Dragon Z plus Mario Brothers edition.
Yeah. 2016, we've got such bangers as Back to Back to Back, Yokai Watch 2, Bony Spirits and Fleshy Souls, into Disney Magical World 2, into Mario Party Star Rush, which is not the top 100, it's the other one they put out in between them.
Right.
Into Miitomo.
Yeah.
2017, if you're... Switch is the only reason 2017 is also going to be fucking notable, because you've got...
Right.
Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, Mario Sports Superstars, Ever Oasis, Miitopia, Hey Pikmin, Monster Hunter Stories, Yokai Watch 2 Psychic Specters, Superstar Saga Bowser's Minions, Mario Party Top 100, Tank Troopers, Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, Kirby's Blowout Blast, like, fucking Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Like, they put out some real dog shit for the next few years.
So Miitopia...
Like, some of those are good,
but we have to say its full name, which is what the fuck is Miitopia?
Oh yes.
The highlight for me was I was in Japan during Miitopia's launch. I consumed a tremendous amount of Miitopia, like a crazy amount of Miitopia advertising.
And they still didn't say.
I still left Japan. Like every time we saw a Miitopia ad, the response would be, "What the fuck is Miitopia?"
Yep.
Because the ads made even less sense. It would be like this guy in a really nice suit but not wearing a tie, and he would be like with a sultry pose, holding up a 3DS with Mii's on it, wearing armor. And then it would have the Miitopia logo and the release date. And you're like, what the fuck is this game? But that'd be like a 20-foot wide billboard display in the middle of Tokyo on the Yamanote line. It's like, what is this? Why is this? It explained nothing, and the answer is because you really can't explain it.
Yep, and it's fucking bizarre. Oh god, why? I knew that there was a lot going on because I got a bunch of Slack notifications during that stream, or during the stream that I didn't look at until I was no longer sharing my desktop. Jesus.
It cannot be explained, and therefore Nintendo bravely decided to just not.
Yes. There was like the fucking one video, but that was about that.
But they still released it because they didn't have anything else.
Yep. Alright, that's going to do it for this stream. Thank you. We made it about 2 more years.
No, we did 3.
3 years. Yep. Well, eventually we'll get to 1 year a stream.
I mean, it should pick up because there's less platforms.
I don't know. Yes, there are fewer platforms, but remember, they were in control of the vast majority of the Wii U's entire catalog.
Yeah, once we get through the Wii U, we'll be okay because they obviously stepped back with Switch.
Oh yes, no, the last 2 years have had very few games.
Yeah,
that'll be
they're
easy.
like, fuck it. We'll just collect our royalty check and go on.
Yes. All right, thanks everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.